Coming to you from both sides of the Pacific, it's Duck Amuck in Japan with your hosts, King Baby Duck, AFLM, and JonStar.
Ohio gozaimasu, Tokyo, and konbanwa, Boston. Welcome to episode 62 of Duck Amuck in Japan. Time-traveling girls can't smoke. I am your King Baby Duck Evan Borgo, Mr. Ikebukuro, #1 fan of Sanrio Character Championship of 2026 Big Challenges. I know he wasn't allowed to vote. I am calling this a fake election, man. I don't care what you say. It's rigged. Big Challenges should be the champion. The only reason why the purring dog thing won is because everyone likes seeing its butthole. Facts. Facts. Facts.
That's
Facts.
true.
Facts. Anyway, joining us as always is the hard man with harder opinions, the king of all cat girls, and the creator of Solarion Sun, AFLM.
That's me.
Yes, but we can't see you because apparently it's so hot in his room that he has to take his shirt off, and he is just too darn sexy to show on this live stream that it would break the internet.
It's true. All of our female watchers would just go mad with lust, and I can't have people stumbling like that.
Yeah, exactly. We have to be very safe. And of course, we have the stupid awesome analyst, the line block, the OG trainer son, JonStar.
Yeah, playing Tetris.
Yeah, and even though you are the OG trainer son, it is Andrew today that is playing Uma Musume. Like I said, we just can't have his sexy bot on. You know, like it's just we can't. We're sorry, ladies, but yeah.
Only sexy horses.
Only sexy horses. So guys, like it's summer here in Japan. It's the middle of July. I have my window open, my door open, and like as you can hear, it's quiet, and it's bugging me that it's quiet outside here in the summer of Japan. Because boys, this is cicada season. Where the hell are my cicadas?
Oh, that kind of
like
quiet.
My animes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, where are you? It's like around this time of year you popped up. Like, I don't know if it's because it hasn't been as hot as it's been in the last couple of years in Japan, but like, it's just so weird not having those bugs just going outside my door. And I know certain people, mainly our good friend Ladybeard, absolutely detests that sound, absolutely hates it. I find a comfort with that sound. It's like that, nature. Even though I'm in the middle of Tokyo, I'm still surrounded by nature.
Well, I find that, everybody has their sounds that kind of brings in the season of sorts. Like, I still have a very distinct memory of summers, like, growing up, and we had a little swamp behind our house, and you could hear the little frogs at night chirping. And that was like that's the sound. Whenever I hear those frogs at night, it brings me back to summers when I was like in elementary school.
Yeah, I haven't heard those sounds in a while, but like the last time I heard them was in Kani about 3 years ago, when I was doing, it'd actually be more like 4 years ago. And in the Kani area, they have this beautiful river bank, and like at night you could just hear the frogs, and it's just so lovely, and it's just so wonderful to hear just that sort of nature outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have a sound that you coincide with summer, Andrew?
Oh, well, I mean, Jonathan and I grew up in the same spot, so the peepers are always, like, making a racket, but, it's a comforting sound.
Yeah.
I would say that another one would be the din of a old-fashioned wall unit AC turning on.
Yeah.
that kind of sound.
Yeah, like where you yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Going back to the cicada sound. When I was a kid, when I was much younger, my parents had had a Ford Escort, and I think it was like a 1987 Ford Escort. Might have been a little bit old, might be a couple years older than that. But every time you open up the door, the alarm that when it told you that your seatbelt wasn't buckled in would sound just like a cicada.
That's so strange.
Yeah, it would be like this. So you open, and then as soon as you buckle up, like the sound would end. So the funny thing is, for such a long time, when I was at summer camp, campfire down in Salem, Massachusetts, I would sometimes hear like the cicada sounds, and like it would trigger me and be like, "Is there like a Ford Escort? Like where's the car? Where's the car?" Like I'm not thinking it's the sound of a bug. I'm thinking it's the sound of an automobile.
Yeah. The sound of a strange automobile.
But yeah, speaking of cars too, another part of my life that's special with me is like when I went on vacation as a kid, and besides the Ford Escort, we had a Buick LeSabre station wagon, which was like the perfect summer vacation vehicle. Like we had the ones with the way back seats, and they weren't just the way back seats; they were the way back and backwards seats.
Yes. Yeah.
The best car. Say what you want about the design, the exterior design that made it look like it was made out of wood or whatever, but that Buick LeSabre, just peak design. It's like nothing beats driving in a car where you're facing backwards in the way back.
You like legitimately somebody designed that for fun.
Yeah,
Like there's no other way around it. Somebody designed that for fun.
absolutely.
I hated sitting in the back though.
Really?
It was just, oh dude, the awkwardness of like just staring at the person who's in front of you. No,
That's
thanks.
true. Or the person following behind you.
Oh yeah, the people following close behind.
That's true.
You never try to put on a show for them?
See, I found that because then they would just keep following you, and as I'm not into that.
Okay.
Yeah, eventually it's like, dude, the joke's over.
Yeah. Okay. We have a whole lot to talk about in today's show, so as much as I would like to keep on reflecting on summers of the past, we got to move on because, guys, we have so many things going on. First off, we got to give a really cool shout out to two bands, one stationed here in Japan, the other stationed, I believe, in Canada, maybe? I believe it's Canada. I might be wrong. So, no, I'm wrong. It's also America. So our good buddy, Connie Crab, who you might remember from a very early episode of Duck Amuck in Japan, he's part of a group called the Art of Play Fighting. The other night they did a show, and it was the very first show with their brand new drummer, Mitsuki. And Mitsuki is a beast behind the drum kit. Like, she completes the band. When I was listening to them, like the Art of Play Fighting, it's not just like one band that they remind me of, it's the whole soundtrack to the movie Clerks they remind me of. Like the bands like Soul Asylum, Alice in Chains, Girls Against Boys, Love Among Freaks, all those bands like came to mind when I was hearing them play. They were great, they were tight. And the other band that was playing, they are called the Cherry Club, and it was their very first show in Japan.
Oh, wow.
So it was really cool to actually see them experience what a Japanese audience was like for the first time. They were fun, they were cool, they had that Girl Riot kind of sound that I think... like the Slater Kinnys and whatnot. It was fun. It was a great time. Great show. Absolutely loved it. So much love to both Art of Play Fighting and the Cherry Club. I look forward to seeing more of what these two bands will have to offer in the near future.
Awesome.
Very cool.
All right, so the other day, I decided to walk down to the Tokiwaso area of Japan. And if you're not familiar with Tokiwaso, this is kind of an area where it's kind of stuck in the 1950s and 1960s. It's such a cool area to walk around. You feel like you're walking into a place that hasn't changed at all in the last 70 years. One of the big reasons why I went was to return to the Tokiwaso Manga Museum. And I know I talked about it not last time, but in a previous episode, but I never got the opportunity to show you pictures of these areas. And what's cool about this place is, as I mentioned in that episode, it is a 1-to-1 scale replica of this very famous apartment where many of the manga greats lived back in the 50s and 60s. So Osamu Tezuka lived there, the creator of Astro Boy and Blackjack.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah, the Fujio duo who created Doraemon and The Laughing Salesman and so many other series lived there. One of the big reasons why I went was because they were showing off the works of one of the residents there, and that resident is Fujio Akatsuka, and he is the creator of Osomatsu-kun, which more people will now know for the more current show Osomatsu-san. But he created that. He created the Genius Bakuban. Basically, where Osamu Tezuka is the god of manga as a whole, Akatsuka is the god of gag manga. He created gag comedy, gag manga, just like funny for the sake of being funny sorts of comedies in Japan. As you can see in these pictures here, I went during the season of Tarabata, which is when you tie like a wish onto a bamboo branch and hope that it will come true. So it was pretty cool. Now, walking through this area, I'm going to show you. So the first picture on the left is the bathroom. So you've got the urinals. On the right, you've got the squatting, worst toilet in the world ever in the way back. Nowhere to sit. You just got to squat and just hope that you don't poop on your pants.
Yeah.
Is it also an exhibit?
Yes, it's a whole exhibit. It's a whole exhibition. And then the right is the whole kitchen. This is where all the manga people would eat and do the dishes. As you can see on the left, you will notice that there is no bathtub, no shower. Which means when the guys, when the artists and the manga creators wanted to take a bath, they had to use the kitchen sink.
Wow.
I figured that they would just make a habit of going to a bathhouse.
You know what? It's funny you say that, but like in that area, Tokiwasu, I didn't see a bathhouse anywhere close by. Can you imagine having to wash your dishes in the same place you wash your balls?
Nah.
Not ideal.
It's all clean.
I mean, at the same time, though, it's kind of like gross. It's gross.
It's like what? Oh, same time washing your dishes with your balls.
There's a isn't there like a Seinfeld episode where Kramer actually like adds like a garbage disposal into a shower and he starts like washing his dishes and cooking in the shower?
I think so.
There's an episode like that, I believe.
Phenomenal. So good.
Yeah. Oh, why is my screen moving like that? Oh, come on. Don't tell me I've just messed up this. Why do I... Okay. 1 second, folks. Technical difficulties.
Technically difficulties.
technically difficulties. Okay. All right, moving on. So, you've got one of the rooms at the mangaka. I believe this is the room that Fujio Akatsuka stayed in when he lived at this apartment complex. Got the old school TV, the old school radio, and you can actually see the comics that they were drawing at the time or would be drawing at the time. Just know that what you see outside that window, that's a drawing. That's not real.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah. And then to the right, you would see all the manga creation tools they would use. The brushes, the pens, the literal brush that they use to dust off the pencil shavings. So, knowing you, Andrew, you must have some of these things.
I mean, yes. I mean, I have raw paper, the raw paper printables, basically, like what you would scribe on for comic books. I don't have a light table, believe it or not.
Really? I'm surprised.
Yeah. I've never needed one. Not yet, at least. It'd probably be really helpful if I used a lot of traditional media, but because I use a lot of digital media as of right now, it's not really super needed. Though I would really like a light table. Those things are dope.
Yeah.
But I've got traditional tatami mats. I've got a kettle and a TV from the 1950s.
The old vinyl player over there.
Yeah.
But just AM radio. FM wasn't even a thing back then.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So cool to see stuff like this. And then here's another room here with one of the other mangaka artists. I believe this was, it helps to have the pamphlet. That was the room of Yoko Tokuo. I'm not familiar with her works, but you can see what her panels looked like back then. That kind of very Tezuka sort of style with the arts and the eyes. So, and again, that is a drawing. It's funny, when you're there, you can absolutely tell it's a drawing, but from this angle, it really fools the eye. It really can fool the eye. Yeah. And then we got another room here with these old film rolls too. I don't know what were on these. These must have been 16 millimeters of TV shows or movies or whatever. But yeah, that was it for the most part. And then this is what's talked about the Fujio Akatsuka exhibit. I could not take any pictures of the inside of this exhibition, unfortunately. So, all I can do is really describe what it was like. So you had a lot of the original prints from all of the works of Fujio Akatsuka from his beginnings as a shoujo manga artist. So he started out writing women's comics before actually becoming a gag manga comic book artist.
That's how you get chicks.
Yeah, it's he drew really cute, pretty girls. He created a series called Himitsu no Ako-chan, which I don't know if it's a magical girl kind of a show, or kind of a manga, but it actually still has a bit of a following. But then when it came around to Osumatsu-kun and the Genius Bakuban, when he started working on that, he really started leaning towards more comedy and really creating what would be the trademark of Japanese humor, especially in manga and anime. That gag humor where it's just so extreme and it's so funny. And even if it doesn't make sense, it's that nonsensical kind of humor.
Yeah.
Is Osamatsu-kun a 4-koma?
No, it isn't actually. It tells a whole story. Okay. It is not a yonkoma. He surprisingly, I don't recall him ever doing yonkoma. Most of his comics tell a story in each chapter, and they're just They're just full of hijinks. And when in the area too, it showed a lot of the influences, and Mad Magazine played a huge inspiration on Akatsuka. So like you can imagine him reading stuff like Spy vs. Spy and the stuff of Sergio Argianos and Don Martin and like all of those comics, and just being so influenced by the wackiness of those styles and him implementing that into his works.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really so like it kind of goes full circle. So like American comic humor influencing the Japanese. Now it's the Japanese humor that is influencing the American side.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I highly recommend checking out this exhibit. It's there until the end of July. But even when it ends, it just switches out to the next exhibit. They always have some really great art shows there. They had one where it was Osamu Tezuka and Capcom collaborating together on an art show. They've had the creator of Azumanga Daioh, like his works shown off there a couple of years ago. And what's great too, it's only 500 yen to go in there. It's super cheap. And after you're done with there, you just walk around Tokiwaso and just be in awe of just how really cool of an area of Japan it is. Like I said, it's like it's frozen in time. And I'll admit, like walking around those streets there, like I felt jealous. It was like, God, I wish I could have grown up in a place like this.
How far is it from Tokyo?
Well, it's in Tokyo. It's about, I would say, a 30-40 minute walk from my apartment.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very cool. All right, so let's talk about some gaming news. Because what should have been a grand slam for Rockstar Games has instead just blown up in their faces. So Grand Theft Auto 6 announced, pre-orders go up. You can get this beautiful collector's edition box that's got everything except for one key detail. And we all know what that key detail is. A disc!
A game.
An actual game.
It's very funny. It is everything that the AAA gaming industry deserves, honestly.
Yeah. Can I be honest with you guys? Like, for real, I never really expected Grand Theft Auto 6 to be made available on a disc. Because of how long they've been working on this game, because of the new technology that they are using, especially what they want to accomplish with it, I never expected it to fit onto a single disc.
Right.
I actually thought they were going to go so far as to say that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be its own separate console.
I guess that's not completely out of the realm of possibility. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in all fairness, the way that we know games, right, is we're PC gamers and we don't have physical media anymore anyway. The problem is it comes to owning your media.
Yes.
When do you own your media, and when are you permanently just renting your media? And this is the big question that everybody has an issue with: is am I just renting this game from a corporation that will one day inevitably take it away from me?
Yeah, for $100 or something like that.
Yeah,
a $100 rental.
Well, and that's just it too. Is the reason why games are so expensive is because it goes into the marketing prices, it goes into the distribution prices, it goes into the physical media printing prices. So games should not be $80 to $100. That is dumb. That is like the stupidest thing, because you're skipping every single one of those steps. It's not our fault if you spent $400 million making a game with a team of a grillion people that you slave wage to for a decade and over to make one product, right?
Yes.
There are indie titles that are making masterpieces for $50,000 and less.
Yes. Absolutely.
And then selling them for under $10 when they're done.
And not all of them have porn in it.
Yeah, well, see, and this is just it, right? Is I will buy Beyond Citadel again if I have to, right? Like because that creator, he's one guy who is releasing how much was it? Like $10, 30,
yeah.
Between 10 and $20 for a masterpiece boomer shooter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's currently making more content for it right now. So we're going to get an update or DLC for Beyond Citadel.
Yeah.
And he's doing it all by himself, and we don't even have to wait 10 years for it. Mm-hmm. And all of these people who just bow to the brand, basically. They're Rockstar's releasing a new game. Rockstar already sold 39 million copies of Grand Theft Auto 6. Talk about absolute, like, you're pre-ordering something that you don't get physically.
Yeah.
It is infinitely available. Why are you buying it? It is infinitely available. Why are you pre-ordering it? You don't need the pre-orders.
Yes. But if I pre-order it, it'll get the special exclusive skin.
Oh, it's definitely special. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me put it this way. Actually, so Steam Summer Sale just happened. It actually just ended today on the day of the recording.
Before we say this, our good buddy Tyler Abstract just said, "I'm worried GTA will be sold to an AI immersive world or some too soon VR."
That's actually what I think it is. I actually think that they're making AI citizens in their game, and I think that everybody's going to have their own consciousness and everything. Yeah. I legitimately think that that's what Rockstar's doing. So during the Steam Summer Sale, I got Ghost of Tsushima from security guy Greg. He on his recommendation, I got it from him, and I got the Director's Cut edition, which came with all this additional stuff, and so. One of the things that I gave you was you get to pick your horse and name it at the beginning of the game, and I picked I picked the white horse in the stable. There was a black horse, a white horse, a gray horse, and a brown horse. And I picked the white horse because I wanted Shadowfax from Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
I'm a nerd. Yes. And when I picked the white horse, it said to me, "Are you sure you want to pick this one? You have a deluxe edition horse to pick." And I go over I look over, and it's the brown horse. I was like, how vanilla can you get the brown horse? And so I was like, I'm going to go with the white horse. But then also...
You didn't even make it a unicorn. You didn't make it some sort of majestic, magical creature. It's just a plain-ass horse that's brown.
Or like a Clydesdale or something something amazing. But then they also give you this armor that the stats on it significantly boost your maximum health, and also you take like significantly less damage in the game too. And it's from pre-ordering it. It's like, I don't want that. Like I actually skipped over. I'm like, I'm not wearing that. Like, I'm not wearing that armor. I want to play the game as it was meant to be. I'm not putting on a cheat because I bought a discount game. But in the realm of non-physical media anymore, this was the whole problem with streaming. And I've talked about this before. I forget if I talked about it on this show, but I've definitely talked about it on our past shows before. Where Christopher Nolan has actually come out and said that nobody owns movies anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, I have a very significant shelf of DVDs that I cherish very much. And someday I am going to want to watch a movie that I can just pull off of my shelf and watch.
Yeah.
But someday I want to go watch a Christopher Nolan movie. Maybe, probably not. But like,
I'm hearing good things about the Odyssey. I am hearing good things about the Odyssey.
I'm not going to go see the Odyssey yet. So like, it's on Netflix. Like, let's say that there's something on Netflix, right? And I want to watch it, but like, it's the next month it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's not available anywhere. The license is up and you can't watch it anywhere. Well, what is that director or all those people who worked on the film gonna do? Nothing. Like they are at the whim of whoever licenses their film next. And that's the same with the consumer who wants a movie collection, but they can't have it digitally because, it's just not there anymore. You cannot watch it. What if I want to watch The Sandlot for the 100,000th time? I don't know.
This brings me to why I think, what's his name? The director, Ryan Coogler, made that deal with Warner Brothers for they get the 10-year license for Sinners. And then after that 10 years, Ryan Coogler gets all the rights back. So maybe we might see more directors do that so they can make their films more widely available to avoid situations like this.
Yeah, that's possible. And I suppose that in 10 years, people will be like, the hype will die down over any movie after 10 years,
Yeah.
So that is a pretty good contractual thing to hold on to, is that all right, we have to make sure that this is available to everybody in this one place for a certain amount of time. That makes sense, but I did actually get on to somebody the other day, one of our friends online made a post saying that digital media is nothing new, and we're all just kind of poking at this Sony because they're our punching bag right now. Sony's our punching bag. We're poking at them doing stuff, and to a certain degree, sure, we have digital media.
Mm-hmm. John, you're cutting off.
We buy digital.
I can hear him fine.
Okay.
Sony has already gotten rid of 500 movies that they had licensed.
Yes.
And even if consumers bought them, they no longer own them. Sorry, you bought this movie, but we don't have the license for it anymore. You can't have it anymore. We are taking it from you.
Yeah,
and Steam has never done that to any of us. Yeah, Steam has never done that to any of us. So yes, there is, and who's to say that they're eventually going to do that with games? So yes, digital media is not a new thing. However, PlayStation has already proved for the worse.
Yes. So. Yeah, it makes you want to go back just to the days of cartridges. It makes you want to go back to just going to, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Go back to the retro games. Because,
let's bring back Funko Land.
Dude, this is one of the things I love about Japan is, you can buy all these old games almost anywhere. You can go to Book Off. You can go to Super Potato. And, you can find old video games to buy. And they don't cost, $70 for them. They're $15, $20. Granted, super rare games will cost a lot, but
yeah. Very when I found Variable Geo 2 at a Super Potato, it was $300. I was very cool, Japan. Thanks.
Yeah, I found the Serial Experiments Lane game at a Super Potato. They were asking for 300,000 yen. Yeah, the super rare ones are crazy prices, man. They are very crazy prices. But yeah, Super Nintendo and all those ones. But man, there is one game console that I know everyone still likes to talk about. Everyone still likes to think about. Of course, you've got one of the most iconic game systems
Are you bored of exercising in the fresh air? Tired of playing sports with your friends? Don't have any friends? Then get fit with the Butter-Tendo Fitness Sport.
Do you remember this, man?
I have to put it down. The Butter-Tendo Fitness Sport has everything you need to get fit in the privacy of your own home, and it's just so easy to use. I think you put the white wire into your television set. Don't touch any of the other ones. I don't know what they're doing. Before you begin to play, make sure you've attached the safety harness. Attach the hand controller and hand controller safety straps. Attach the safety goggles. Attach the safety game shoe. Attach the safety game knee pad pads. Attach the safety neck game brace. And then you're ready to play. Once you put on your safety helmet and visor, and now you're ready to play. Once you've selected
I went cross-eyed wearing that
and now
helmet.
you're ready to play. Games like
Referee!
I love how you just said you're ready to play 3 times.
You'll have been sung for making 2-minute rock the setups.
Oh.
Cut it! Your player is on the grid. Which club are you going to select?
I think the driver.
You have been sacked for selecting the wrong club. And the sequel to Referee.
Tiger Woods is really mad at that
Second
one.
half.
Red card.
You have shown a red card to yourself and have been sacked. All of this could be yours for just £50 with 9 slightly used AA batteries included.
Slightly used
it's
AA
the
batteries.
Nintendo Fitness Sports Console.
Play it now.
Yeah,
Excellent.
excellent. Yeah, great console. But it didn't last. It was just like the Virtual Boy. Like it just did not have enough support.
Yep.
But yeah. So I don't know what's gonna happen with Sony. I don't know how much of a this is okay. So like, what's pissing me off right now is like so many of like the people who are complaining about Sony have like run back to them after they announced that they have put Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2 onto the store. And it's like, we love you now, Sony. And like, come on. No. Why are you guys so gullible?
See, that's the problem, right? Is everybody is so dedicated to the brand that nobody cares, right? Like nobody cares about the integrity of the industry. They only care about like, oh, they're selling me the same thing again. That I love thing, right?
Yes. This is why you keep your old consoles.
Buy next product.
Yeah,
Buy-
get excited. Yeah, consume product. Don't ask questions. And get excited for next product.
Buy my book. Buy my game. Buy my game. Buy my game. Yeah. Anyway, that's not the only controversy that's been happening. There's been some anime controversy going on too. So, there's a brand new Sergeant Frog movie. And I actually went to see it on opening day. You can read my review of the film. It wasn't great, but I did have fun watching it. And yeah, it was pretty enjoyable for the most part. Now, in the movie, they did some parodies of various other series. They did parodies of Yokai Watch and Gintama, Hentai Kamen. But of course, the big one that they parodied was Attack on Titan. And apparently, in Japan, you are not allowed to parody anyone's other like series or anything without getting permission from the original creator. And Sergeant Frog forgot to ask permission from the Attack on Titan creator if they could parody.
They quote unquote forgot.
They quote unquote forgot. Yes. Which now leads to this whole conundrum of what's going to happen to this kind of the movie. The version of the movie I saw in the movie theater when it gets released onto Blu-ray or digital or however. Because when situations like this happen, they will either fully just cut out a scene or they will like cut out the scene and put something else there to replace it. Or in the case of what happened to the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood movie that came out in 2006, that was universally hated, it might not ever be released at all.
Oh no.
So yeah, like this is the thing too, like I may have given it a good review, like 3.5 out of 5 star rating. That's a 7 out of 10. That means good. The Japanese are hating this movie. The Japanese do not like this film. And like, okay, maybe I get where some of that hatred is coming from, but at the same time, it's like, well, you're going into a Sergeant Frog movie just to watch something funny, just to watch something entertaining. Like, I love Sergeant Frog. I put it up there as one of the best anime comedies ever made. And maybe, just maybe, with this being the last film with the original voice cast before the new show premieres in the fall with a whole new cast, maybe they should have worked on the story a little bit more. Maybe they should have given the cast a very solid company bow. But that was not the case. And like I said, I thought it was funny. I thought the parodies were good. But apparently most of Japan really does not like this movie. And it's sad.
They were not thrilled.
They were not thrilled. And that makes me sad. It makes me sad knowing that. Because this is a movie
Conspiracy theory?
What?
Do you think that they did the opposite, where they tried to make everybody hate the old Sergeant Frog to get them excited for the new Sergeant Frog?
That is a good question. But
it's a psyop? This whole thing's been a psyop?
I don't know. But, like, it's... Yeah. I can't really explain it. Like... that's a good question. But like these are all like so well respected voice actors and actresses. And like this is the first Sergeant Frog project in well over a decade. Like you would think that they would have worked hard. One of the problems, from what I understand, is the guy who like was like the main chief director and the writer has more experience doing live action movies than animated films. This is the same guy who did the live action Gintama movies. And I don't know why they did this in the Sergeant Frog film, where like they had a Gintama parody and they actually brought in the actors from the live action Gintama movie to reprise their roles. When they could have easily just had the anime version of Gintama there, because it's the same animation studio that does Gintama, that did the Sergeant Frog movie. Like, you could have easily done that, and I think it would have been so much funnier. It would have been such a better gag. But instead, when that part shows up in the movie, it's so half-assed. It just feels so half-assed.
So, it's a nod to the director instead of being a nod to the property.
Exactly.
It seems like.
Yeah.
Which seems a little self-indulgent.
It is. Yes. Thank you. It did feel a little self-indulgent. So yeah. There's all this controversy going on with the Sergeant Frog stuff. Hopefully it does not ruin the hype for the new series. I am looking forward to watching it when it premieres in the fall. I am curious to know who is going to be voicing all these different characters and who's going to be taking over. We will see. We will see. Yeah. But hey, let's talk about something good. Because Andrew, congratulations. You were successful with your Kickstarter.
I was. I had a lot of incredible support from a lot of awesome people. Who helped me out a lot to get everything done. For everybody, so everybody who did it, we finished up. We have our all 5 of our guest artist things. So everybody who ordered physical is gonna get 4 art prints and a sticker pack, and then everybody who did digital is gonna get the digital versions of those prints and the and just like the digital versions of the stickers as well, as like individual icons.
Yeah. Tyler says, "Fuck yeah, dude."
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, this is a great amount because believe it or not, there's a little secret for everybody. I buy the books before the Kickstarter is over, so I gamble. Like plus or use my own money because like I can still foot the bill for a lot of my own stuff. I would prefer not to, but I will if I have to in order to fill my inventory. So basically everybody is helping me do this, and luckily we made the exact amount that I paid to get all my inventory fulfilled.
Nice.
So everything landed right in place right at the end. Everybody came in very clutch. We got 55 backers. Some people, Kickstarter has this huge problem with scammers and bots where people like come and go. Like they'll come in and back the highest thing that you have and then cancel it. Like so you'll make goals, you'll make stretch goals, and then they'll cancel their pledge and take away your stretch goals. So luckily, none of that was really affected.
Good.
And so I got all the books in. There are issues with the books, so I actually have to get them reprinted. But that's why I get them printed early in case there's issues with the books, because I have to bring these to Fan Expo Boston in August.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm talking with Mixum. They're gonna help me with reprints, I hope. But I'm in chats with that, so I'm not worried about it because they've helped me along the way every single time. But I'll keep everybody.
Yeah, Mixum is a really, really communicative company, and they really care about the product that they put out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really nice to work with them.
Yeah, and so we have everything in place. Everything is ready to go. And the reason I do that is, one, shipping can start as soon as possible, and two, I have everything for conventions. So as soon as I get the funds to fulfill everything, and then get to my conventions, then I can start shipping out to everybody that was there, or deliver the local stuff because I had the local things going as well, and people can come to the conventions and pick up their books at the conventions as well.
Yeah.
Which was a really smart business move this time around.
Yeah,
I think.
And it was weird because I made more money by taking out some of the shipping, which is really weird, you know.
Maybe people are less scared to commit to not really high.
Oh yeah,
shipping
no,
price,
I definitely know why it helped out. But it was just nice that it wasn't required. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People really stepped up for this book, and there's only 2 more books left. So once book 6 comes out, you know, 7's the finale of the series. So
yeah, very cool.
Really close. Yeah,
very close to the end. Very close to the end. But yeah,
and hopefully we have a con season that's just as good as last year, and you almost sell out of Volume 5 once we hit the con trail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I definitely have more books this time around than I had of book 4.
Mm-hmm.
So
very cool. Very cool. Nice. All right, congratulations, Andrew. Like you always work really hard on these Kickstarters, so I'm always happy to see it being successful.
Thank you. I am exhausted. I am mentally exhausted.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, didn't you say you fell asleep in your chair?
Yeah, I was like
after?
sitting. I was like, as soon as it was over, like, and I sent out the last email, like, I just fell asleep in my chair because I let go of all the mental strain.
Nice. All right. Let's revert back to some anime, because, guys, it's time for the anime time warp again. We are looking back at summer anime from 2016 and 2006.
Yeah, I don't know if people know this, but I really like anime, so this is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's start out 10 years ago, around this time. The other one anime series, Mob Psycho 100. The series that wound up being light years better than the One Punch Man anime adaptation.
Yeah.
Dude.
Can I just say that this summer was so fire? Like I'm glad that we were actually doing our shows, because like there's no possible way now that I would be able to watch as many good anime as there were for this season.
Yeah, which we will get to much later. But the start of Mob Psycho 100, which would lead on to 3, in my opinion, 3 10 out of 10 seasons. It was like, this was one of the best shows that Studio Bones has ever made, because it managed to capture one's unique drawing style in such an amazing form, especially when that Sakuga hits during those battles. Just so good. Great fights, great sense of humor. Could not just wish that One Punch Man had better second and third seasons and didn't move from Madhouse to JC Staff. Because the animation there was just yikes. And speaking of animation, that made you go, yikes. Berserk!
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I watched 2 episodes of it and then was just like, can't do it, man.
I held such a long grudge against Liden Films for this abomination. Like, it wasn't... I don't think I forgave Liden Films until they did Call of the Night. But, like, how do you take one of the greatest manga series of all time, one of the most beautifully drawn manga series of all time, and you subject it to this, like, just god-awful CGI?
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah, their name is Griffin. Or Griffith.
Did it to the North Star, too.
Yeah, which made me drop the C word when talking about that. I will try not doing that too often. I promise. Not a guarantee. I will promise not to say the C word as much. But yeah, Berserk was awful. But we got one of the most heartfelt shows ever this season 2. Because guys, Sweetness and Lightning.
Oh, that was 10 years ago?
That was 10 years ago.
So this has one of the greatest first episodes of any
knew
anime.
you were going to say that, dude.
Yeah,
I agree.
It could have, the series could have ended after that half-hour first episode, and I would have watched it 12 times that season.
Yes.
Like, it was just so ridiculously strong of an opener, and it never took its foot off the gas for the entire series. This was a perfect series.
Yeah, my God.
Yep.
I think of the episode where like the father is sick and it's the girl Tsumugi. Was it Tsumugi her name?
I don't remember.
Well, she goes out to do an errand to try to help her dad, and she doesn't tell the dad that she goes out for the errand. And it starts out really cute. She does the shark song and
which I still sing to myself every once in a while. I still sing to myself every once in a while.
Save.
Yeah.
And it's like this such a great episode. And then at the end, like she returns and her father gets mad at her. And at first you're like, how dare he? She goes out of her way to help him. Why would the father act like that and just be so angry that she went out without his permission? Because that's what a father should do when a kid goes out without permission.
Well, and so it wasn't even that. It was that she went to the other girl's house, like this other female character.
Yeah.
She ends up at her house, and then he arrives at the house and just yells at her and says, like doesn't even say, like, there you are. He just goes, don't ever do that again. And she just starts sobbing.
Yes.
Right? And it's so heartbreaking because he's right, but she's also like this fragile little girl, and you just feel so bad for her, right? Because
she thought she was doing something right. She thought she was helping.
She was doing something great, but it's so important to discipline your children, and he was 100% correct in his response because he was afraid.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
Single dad, mom died. You don't want the kid to die too.
Exactly. All right. Next show. This art club has a problem.
This show was so mediocre.
Yep.
Did I even watch this?
This show I love the opening theme for this. Starting Now by Nana Mizuki. I sometimes will play the song. I love the opening theme for it. But this show was just so mid.
It was
so
do you
familiar.
Remember the blonde kid? Like this girl follows this kid to the art club because she has a crush on him, but he's only interested in drawing the perfect waifu. And so he basically spends the entire show trying to draw the perfect anime waifu on his canvas board, while ignoring this girl who followed him to the art club. Mm-hmm. And the comedy is so mediocre.
Yeah. It is so mediocre. I'm glad I'm not the only one who felt that way.
Yeah. Oh no, it was insanely mediocre.
Yep. Here's a show that I know for a fact we will never call mediocre. We will call it awesome. Real Life.
Yeah, and it was surprising too.
Yes,
because I did not expect this show to go as hard as it did.
Yeah, the first episode. So people will know that if you recall, the guy takes this experimental pill, makes him revert back to being a high school senior or a high school, or maybe a high school first year and such, and he gets to relive his high school life. And like you got the girl on the left who kind of becomes the crush in the show, who doesn't know how to smile properly. So every time she smiles, like the redhead just thinks she hates him. But the part that made me fall in love with the show is when the teacher is searching through his bag, and she pulls out the cigarettes. And he's like just nonchalantly going, "Oh, what's the big deal? They're just cigarettes." And the teacher just like stares at him, and then it takes 10 seconds for him to realize, "Oh, I fucked up.
I'm a minor now."
Yeah, and he has this like 20-second long. It was great. It was amazing. And what was wild too was they dropped all 12 episodes in one day. You marathon it all in one day. And then, I think a year later, or 2 years later, there was the Real Life, continuation, like 4 more episodes that concluded the story.
Which I never watched.
Ah, dude, you got it. They actually did a good job. They actually did.
I'd have to rewatch the whole series over again, honestly.
Which wouldn't be a bad thing, because it's a great series.
Right, yeah. I just don't have time for it.
All right. Okay. Who remembers a Manchu?
Oh yeah, the actual scuba diving.
Yeah,
show?
the actual scuba diving anime.
The anime where we had 2 scuba diving shows, like one after another, and one of them was actually about scuba diving.
Yes, yep. Love this show. Beautiful slice of life. This show had one of the best episodes about nothing I have ever seen. Like this show was beautiful. Like nearly a perfect first season. Second season was a little weird. Where the second season where they went into like this dream world kind of a thing, it was strange. It was weird. But like season 1 was just so wonderful and cheerful. Plus you got stuff like this. I mean, I love
there was
that
when a show can knock you out of place like unexpectedly with its super D, like I'm all in.
Yeah. Mentally, this picture is the anime equivalent of this. It's the same thing. We're going scuba diving. Yeah!
Scuba diving.
All right. Big one. I would argue that this is the best out of all the shows that aired that season. 100%.
Oh yeah.
New game.
I mean, I'm sad that we don't have any new episodes of New Game. Like this is one of the greatest shows ever.
Yeah. The manga is amazing. And but the fact that we got 2 seasons of this in an era where second seasons were rare unicorns, mind you. Mm-hmm. Now we're getting sequels and second seasons of shows. Now in this generation. But back then, when a show got a second season, it was very special. It was very special. But it was this show was great. Some of the best female character designs. Actually, let me change the picture here for a second here. Yeah. Look at those designs. Look, peak designs.
I do like my tan Okinawan women.
Yes. Who loves airsoft games.
Yeah. She's a gun nut. That's hilarious.
Yes.
Might I also say that they captured a working game studio very well.
Yes.
The way that it ran, the things that they did are actually what you do in a game studio when when you do it. So like watching this series felt like home to me in a lot of ways. So
yes,
it was good.
Well, the thing is, the mangaka, the original author, started out as a video game designer before creating this game. So that's how you knew that everything that was happening in the show was a legit thing, because, this guy lived through it.
Yeah, it was really authentic.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that everybody in the studio was a girl. Not to say that there aren't women in games. There's a lot of women in games.
Oh, yeah.
But not an entire studio by any means.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you got Ubisoft, which explains a lot, so.
I hate that I know what you mean. But yeah, what? And
video games are bad now? What? That's crazy.
But I've got to mention one of my all-time favorite waifu characters is in this show, Hajime. One of the greatest tomboy, I will say, the greatest tomboy design of all time.
She is a very good tomboy. I agree.
The fact that there are no figures of Hajime is one of the greatest sins that the anime merchandise industry has ever committed.
How dare you?
I do have a figure of Suzu Alba over there. I managed to find at a book off. It's very cute, but it's still no Hajime. There are also 2 movies that actually came out around this time too, by the way. Summer of 2016. Guys, who remembers your name?
I
boy,
do I remember your name.
We actually got the chance to stir up a little bit of internet drama with this.
Yeah, people didn't really like our opinion of how much we hated this movie.
Your opinion.
Yeah.
You see, here's the thing. I love Your Name. I still stand by my 5-star rating of it. I hated the fact that after Your Name, every film Makoto Shinkai made after that was basically the same damn movie.
I mean, Makoto Shinkai does not stretch very far in the way they make movies. So,
yeah,
gosh, the fact that everything comes together by coincidence is oh man, that is there's a handful of rules when it comes to writing that you do not break. One of them is problem solved by coincidence, and that's the basis of this movie, is problem solved by coincidence.
Yes, a character. The rule is that a character can be put into a situation by coincidence, but they can't be taken out of a situation by coincidence.
Yes,
you should avoid both, but one you cannot do. The other one is possible.
Right. Because the only way to get out of something, not by coincidence, is by Deus Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm.
Just by the will of the gods, which is what Deus Ex Machina means. But yeah, I really enjoyed Your Name. I love it. I know you guys don't like it. So...
It's a beautiful movie.
It is a beautiful movie. Gorgeous animation.
Yeah, Makoto Shinkai does gorgeous animation and direction and all that stuff. The story is just garbage.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the suck.
All right. Well, the other movie that came out, the one that I think should have deserved more of the accolades, more of the love that Your Name had got. I wish it was reversed, because guys, at the same time this movie came out, A Silent Voice came out too.
Oh, such a great movie.
We saw this in theaters.
Yeah. When we did our Best of the Decade show for the wikis, we all voted. I think the audience poll was A Silent Voice was the best movie of that decade.
So my wife teaches at a college. She has a seminar class that she teaches at a college with disabilities in media, and at the end of the semester, all the students need to pick a movie to talk about representation. And without fail, every semester, one student writes about this movie.
Yeah,
and she has to have me read the paper to make sure that it's accurate because she's never seen it. So.
You gotta have her sit down and watch it. It's one of those movies where I recommend both the dub and the sub, because Sari Hayami's performance as the hearing impaired girl is just so amazing. Like how she was able to capture like what it sounds like when you try to talk, but you don't know how a voice is.
How things sound.
Yeah, exactly. But then for the English dub, they actually got someone who is hearing impaired to play Shoko. And like, I remember my interview. I can't remember if you guys were there too with what's her name? She played Mamimi in Fooly Cooly. Stephanie Shea. Stephanie Shea.
Oh.
Stephanie Shea. Because she was the one who worked on the English dub for Silent Voice. And I asked, and she also did the dub for Your Name. So I asked her the question of like, which one was more heart-wrenching, Your Name or Silent Voice? And she was like, listen, when I watched the movie Silent Voice, I thought they were going overboard with the bullying. But then when we had the girl come in to voice the character, she said this was tame in comparison to what she had experienced of bullying. And like, that's just heart-wrenching, dude. That's just heart-wrenching. But yeah, I recommend the dub for it because they really got the authentic sound and the authentic emotion too as well. It reminds me so much of another filmmaker that we're going to talk about in just a little bit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Silent Voice. And that's it for 10 years ago. Let's go back 20 more years. Let's go back another 10 years. 20 years ago. Demashita! Powerpuff Girls Z! The anime parody actually gets its own anime.
And I watched it.
I liked it. I did enjoy it for what it was. It was a magical girl interpretation of what was basically a fighting girl anime series. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I watched all the episodes. I never understood why it never got an official release in America, despite it being a Cartoon Network production.
Yeah, that's the biggest misstep of them all. Even if it wasn't like that good, like it was like not that it wasn't even bad. I would say it was just like not the greatest thing ever.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I know it wasn't the greatest ever, but I did enjoy it. I enjoyed seeing these different interpretations. All right, the next one, The Familiar of Zero. 20 years ago.
Oh, I watched this entire series.
Yeah.
There's like 4 seasons of it, and I watched all of them.
I know you did.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I guess that's it?
I did not.
Okay.
I mean, there's not really that much to say about it. Like, the concept is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody at this witch school is summoning their familiars. And so they're all getting, tanukis and crabs and lizards and all this stuff, and she's like the worst of the worst, and she summons her familiar, and it's a person.
Yeah.
And that is a funny concept. Mm-hmm. And then it's just a harem, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a harem about her familiar. She really likes him, but she's the tsundere character. There's the slutty brown skin girl. There's the tomboy knight. There's they're all there.
Yeah.
So.
I remember the biggest misstep in the first episode that made me like, oh, come on, dude, really? Which was when one of the male wizards at the school student challenges her familiar to a duel, and like somebody just hands the guy like a wand, is like, here you go, you got to do magic, and he's like, oh, what? I'm a little bitch, I don't know. But like. It was such a big misstep to not have the human just straight up deck the dude in the face, just like punch him in the face, because he was like, oh, but like I use magic, I'm a wimp.
Yeah. Well, like, you had to wait almost 20 years for that with Mashal, so.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
But not only that, but that is something they would write now because of isekais. That's something that they would write now, but not not back then when you had your, harem, the harem protag who is normally, the wimpy character who has to build up to never confess to any of the girls because they never do.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's switch back here. What's the next one on the list? Welcome to the NHK.
Wow.
This was...
I remember that one.
Yeah, I have this on DVD. It's probably actually worth a lot of money. So, Welcome to the NHK is depressing.
Yeah,
and it's marketed as a comedy, which is a bizarre choice because it's definitely not. Because his next door neighbor, he like makes friends with his next door neighbor. And he's like trying to figure out, I was like, oh, the Japanese government is keeping us inside to create hikikomoris. Like he's talking about it as like it's a psyop, and then he makes friends with his shut-in next door neighbor, who is like, oh, we're gonna build a game together. We're gonna make a hentai game, and all of us were like, oh my gosh, this show might actually be really funny, like because it's about two shut-ins who are making a hentai game together.
Yeah.
And then it's not that. Like they don't make the game. He just it drops that idea, and this young girl starts visiting him at his house to try to break him out of his hikikomori thing. And then the whole series is obviously a build up to finding out, well, she's suicidal and she was trying to find somebody who was worse off than her. And it's not funny. Like it gets really sad at the end. It's like seldom jokes like throughout. Like yeah, there's some funny stuff because he's like a schizophrenic. He's not like really schizophrenic, but like he's having like schizo posting like on Twitter and stuff about like how the TV's talking to him, and the NHK is a network built up to make people shut-ins, and it's just not funny. It's just not, and it's not a comedy, even though it had potential, and it was just weird.
Okay. All right. No, I agree. Next one. I don't know if you guys remember this one or not. Coyote Ragtime Show.
I
know the title. Yeah, I know the title, but I don't think I ever watched it.
Like, this had potential. Again, this was a show that had potential. Like, I really loved the first episode of it. It had that Cowboy Bebop vibes to it. I thought this was going to be, okay, this is going to be the Cowboy Bebop of this decade, and it was far from that. Like after like a couple episodes, just the quality just like plummeted down. Big disappointment. Yeah. Ramen Fighter Mickey. I remember laughing a lot watching this one.
I never watched it, but this is the most 2000 thing that I've ever seen.
Yes.
Like this is what anime. If you wanted to point to something of like what did anime look like back, this is what anime looked like.
Yeah, I liked it. I've watched the whole series. I forget if it actually was a 1 season or a 2 season anime. I remember there's more episodes than 13 episodes. Maybe there was like a couple bonus OVA episodes or something like that. But yeah. It was very funny. It was one of my first times watching an anime where, like, you had this really cute-looking protagonist, the Miki character, but then she just winds up being this complete piece of shit human being, which, like, really just added on to, like, the humor of everything.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So, the last thing I have on here, it's a movie. And it's a perfect transition to the next thing that we're going to talk about on the show. 20 years ago, Mamoru Hosoda unleashed the girl who leapt through time.
That's 20 years old.
20 years old.
Dude. Holy crap.
I went to the Brattle Theater to watch this movie on a Sunday afternoon. And it was like me, and there was like 4 or 5 other people there. And boy... That theater should have been filled to the brim with people.
Yep. So we didn't watch it until I think it was 2008 or 2.
Yeah, because I think that's when it actually came out in America. It was like almost 2 years before it made it to the States.
And we, so Andrew and I were just getting into anime at this time, and all of our friends were like, "Oh, you should see Studio Ghibli films." So we've been watching Studio Ghibli films, and then I looked up like what other movies are like Studio Ghibli, and they suggested this one, and so on our friend Victoria had a New Year's Eve party every year, and we were up in her like attic where it was an entertainment space, and we all watched this, and for like an hour and a half everybody sat in dead silence because they didn't want to break the majesty in any way, shape, or form of how good this movie was.
Agreed.
Yeah, so good.
Yes.
This movie's so good.
Movie's so good. And the fact that it's actually a sequel to the original novel, and it's not an adaptation of the novel, it's a sequel to the novel, because you find out that the aunt was the one who left through time first, back in like the 60s or 70s, or actually the 80s, rather, because of when this story takes place.
Which is why what I believe is what the live action movie is.
Yes, the live action movie that came out in the 80s is technically the first story, and this is the follow-up. But
no, there was a live action movie that came out in like the 2010s.
There was?
It was a book. So the original was the book.
The original was the book from the 60s. And then they made the movie in the 80s. And then this anime movie came out. I think I know what you're talking about. There is like a remake. I don't know if it was a movie or a drama. It had some idol playing Makoto. I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
But yeah, this movie was amazing. Which leads me to my other, oh my god, guys, like the other exhibit I went to, the creative origins of Mamoru Hosoda, celebrating 20 years of him being an independent director.
Yo.
And like, you go in there, you walk in, and you're greeted with this. Think about this. Think about this. Think about the fact that Mamoru Hosoda made 3 10 out of 10 movies back to back to back.
Yep.
The Girl Left Through Time, Summer Wars, and I'm still on the fence whether I want to call it this or Belle as his best work, but Wolf Children. My God, Wolf Children.
Oh no, I'm still. I think Girl Who Leapt Through Time is my definitive favorite.
And I think that Summer Wars is my definitive favorite.
Okay. But we all can agree 10 out of 10 movies. All three of them. So you go in there and you walk around and like they have the original storyboards from the movies. Like here's like the opening scene where she's like tossing the ball to her 2 friends. Like, and they have the original character designs and of course the faded train crosswalk area where like the real story starts to begin. Like seeing all of this in person was just amazing. Just the attention to detail. The look on Makoto's face right on the top right picture is just so great, so hilarious. Just this Nani the hell is this kind of look on the face.
Dude, that's what's crazy, right? Is everybody is just like, oh, Mamoru Hosoda is the next. When we talked about this a lot, but he's like people saying, oh, Mamoru Hosoda is the next Hayao Miyazaki, and I'm like, nah, he's already better than Hayao Miyazaki. Like he has, like not to say that his movies are better. But I connect with his movies on a deeper level.
I agree.
I think where Hayao Miyazaki is very fanciful and it is family oriented. They're both family oriented, and that's it. But this is like an older audience's family oriented to Hayao Miyazaki's children oriented. Plus Hayao Miyazaki's a bitter old man.
Yeah, Hosoda is not bitter. He's a good guy. I've actually had the privilege of meeting him back in 2012 when they were showing 2013 when they were showing Wolf Children at MIT.
Sheesh.
Man, what magic that guy can create. What magic that guy can create. The whole diving board scene here from Girl Who Leapt Through Time. My gosh, just the beautiful details. Just even like just the sketches of the characters. Like, you cannot, like, it's just, man, just seeing this in person, like I was messaging you guys while I was walking through this. Is like, God, like, the pictures I'm sending you are not doing justice as to how majestic this place is.
How do I get that in my collection? How do I get any of these in my collection? Because Girl Who Leapt Through Time, oh, goodness.
Yeah. And then after that, you go into the Summer Wars area. It's great. Like, the door is shaped like the Oz door opening. Nice. You got King Kazuma, you got the Love Machine, and then you've got Sweaty Squirrel, the Sweaty Squirrel avatar. Like, and then you got other pictures of the avatars. There's the original look of the virus of the Love Machine. I love that they had a replica of the phone, of Natsuki's phone.
Yep.
This is really cool. You got all these different other avatars as well. Just the attention to detail, like with the King Kazuma, and you got the grandma here that's holding the katana. That's about to teach her son a lesson, her grandson a lesson. Or I keep forgetting how his was. Was he like a half son, stepson? I can't remember.
He's a bastard child.
He was the bastard child. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And probably one of the most heartbreaking moments in the film. Him holding Natsuki's hand.
Just animation too.
Yeah. Just amazing. The koi scene, everyone's got their stuff all connected to try to help Natsuki to defeat the Love Machine. It's just so amazing. And you got the final shot. One of my favorite details at the end was the fact that the picture transforms after, Natsuki lays one on him. It's so cool. This was actually, here's some merch that they were selling when the movie came out. I'm mad because they did not actually sell the Hanafuda kit in the
set.
Yeah, I wanted that so bad, but none of this was there. I do have a plushie over there of Natsuki that I bought, though. Little tiny one. I should have... You know what? Actually, wait. Hold on.
I also have something that I can discuss after this.
No more making excuses. There we go. Yeah, see, there she is. Look how cute she is.
Oh, super cute.
Yeah, isn't this great?
That's amazing. I didn't know they had those.
Dude.
I used to have a Figma of King Cosma, and I lost it when I moved from Florida back to Massachusetts.
Oh, dude.
So I have the box and the case that he was kept in, but I don't have him. So somewhere in my move, my King Cosma figure is gone. I don't know where he went. I'm really sad about it. I love King Cosma. Great character.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic movie, too. Fantastic movie. After that, there's this whole section that's devoted to what Hosoda did when he was in college. He worked mainly as an artist, doing still paintings and still drawings and sketches. They even showed, and you can't find this anywhere online, a 90-second animated film he made when he was 18 years old called One-Sided Battle. And it's like these jet fighters, like Top Gun style jet fighters, going up against like this supermassive alien monster. It was so, even at that age, he was just so imaginative and bringing something really cool to life.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. And then after this section, which also actually, before I forget, also showcased some of the stuff he did for Toei Animation. So things he did for One Piece, for Magical Doremi, and the super flat monogram short he did for Louis Vuitton and Takashi Murakami.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, which felt like a precursor to Summer Wars because of a lot of the character designs and animation. Oh yeah, I can't forget about Digimon. I can't forget about the Digimon stuff that he did too.
Which literally was the precursor to Summer Wars, because Summer Wars was his non-licensed version of the Digimon movie.
Yeah, because he said he wanted to make it his own.
Yeah.
He wanted to make something that was his own, and so he made Summer Wars, which is wicked cool.
Yeah, and I felt like he did the same with Belle as well. It was like more of a continuation of those themes and ideas and concepts in that virtual setting.
Yeah.
You guys saw Belle, correct, right?
I never saw it.
Dude, isn't like one of you have said that Mamoru Hosoda is your favorite director? Like, not animation.
Yeah, so what happened is we were all supposed to go see it together. Me, Jonathan, and our buddy Victor, and it just never worked out that way because we all love Mamoru Hosoda, so we were like, oh, we're gonna find a time to all go and do this, and then it just never happened.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So after all this, we go to argue. Yeah. I think I will still say this is my favorite. More I think about it, my favorite of his Wolf Children. Like from an emotional perspective, from storytelling perspective, the way that he really brings out these real emotions in both the drawing and in the voice acting, especially with Ami and Yuki when they're kids. Like the scene where they first move to the new house and Yuki is running around the backyard, checking everything out.
Catching the mice.
Catching the mice, like looking at the ants, going down the roof like a slide. Like, it really captured what a kid would do if they saw this for the very first time. Simply beautiful. Simply just stunning. And of course, you've got more of the character designs and such, and all the different drawings, and not exactly cells, but the frames for each animation. They even had the storybook that the mom tells the kids about why they need to hide their wolf side from the humans.
Cute.
So cute. I love this frame so much. This may be my favorite thing I saw at the whole exhibit, because like, look how happy Yuki is.
That's really good.
And look how happy the snake is. That's a smile on that snake. Like, that snake is happy that Yuki caught him.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's like a flork. He always looks like a flork.
Oh, geez, you caught me.
And of course, probably the most iconic scene in the film, them running in the snow. To this date, I think that is still the most beautiful piece of animation I have ever seen in my life. Where it's the Hana, Ami, Yuki running in the snow. It's just, and in this exhibition, they were showing it on the big screen, this scene, and they were cutting back and forth between the pencil tests and the final product. And like, even in the pencil tests, they just captured so much of this beauty.
That's sick.
Yeah. So these are these are like areas that Hosoda like were scouting for inspiration for the forests and the home setting, and like he did his homework. Like he absolutely did his homework with this movie. Her Yuki being more grown up, dealing with the kids who are freaked out by her skull collection. What would you say? Her dead animal skull collection. And I believe the one on the left where she's crying is when she accidentally like scratched the male classmate because he was getting too close and starting to figure things out about her.
Yeah.
But yeah, this, and unfortunately that was the end of the exhibition, and it ended with both children. But at the same time, there's just so much that they showcase between Girl Left Through Time, Summer Wars, and Wolf Children, and his early works before that. It's like, man, if there was even more than this, I feel like I should have paid double or triple what I did to experience this. It's like there's so much here, and like I believe this exhibition is going on until September of this year at what's it called? The Tokyo Creative Museum Tokyo in Ginza. Highly recommend it. My gosh, it makes you fall in love with Mamoru Hosoda all over again.
I am jealous you got to do that.
Yes. All right. Now, it's time for the big show. It's time for the big thing. Yeah. Summer 2026 anime first impressions. And boy, once again, buckle up. We got a lot of shows. We got remakes, continuing series, returning series, new stuff, and even some Into the West things, which I will talk a little bit more about as we get into it. And the first continuing series, Season 3 of The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. I am a sucker for this show. What I talked about Season 2 when we did this last time, I talked about how much more self-aware the show had become and how much better it had become because it became more self-aware. Because this is basically a parody, not just of like rom-coms and inherent rom-coms. It's a parody of like Shonen Jump power fighting manga. But instead of him beating the best, he is falling in love with the best. I love and it gets a little weird in the season premiere of season 3, where one of his cousins comes in and it does the whole jolt thing, which means that's gonna be the next girl. But what I love, but what I love is the main character just literally looks into the camera and be like, "Really? We're doing this? We're really actually gonna go this route? Really?" And like, when it comes to like that sort of things, like I like that sort of self-awareness because they know it's bad, but they're just gonna have to go with the flow of it.
Well, because it's a trope in anime that the cousin character is always a choice.
Yes.
Right? You know, because cousin love was always a thing and probably still not illegal in Japan. So
I am too afraid to Google search that. Yeah. But yeah.
You don't want to Google, can I marry my cousin in Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want that in your search history for some reason? I can't imagine why.
Dude, every time, like, this happened to me when I wrote about my review for Ganbare, Do Your Best Nakamura, or Go for Nakamura-kun, like, because I was doing research on LGBT manga and anime. Oh, what do I have for the next 2 weeks? Advertisements for gay singles cruises. I'm like, no! That's not for me. No. Sorry. Anyway, 100 Girlfriends, still very funny. Great animation. Can't recommend it enough. Then we have the second half, the second core of Yoroi Shinden Samurai Troopers, aka Ronin Warriors. It's still pretty good. I don't have much to say about it. It's just a nice continuation of the show from the 90s, and you have these new people coming in who are going to be the new Ronin Warriors or Samurai Troopers. Animation is very good. It's a nice callback. It's a nice callback.
Yeah, I dropped this one simply because there were just too many shows to watch.
Yeah.
That, like, I would have kept going with this one. It was a cool idea. Never got around to finishing it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I know you're going to take over this one, Andrew, and I am so sorry for the choice of picture I chose to talk about this anime.
Yeah. Rokutensei. So this show is when you're watching Frieren and then you cross over the other side of the train tracks. So because this is a show that I should not be watching, but I love every second of it. Right?
Yeah.
There is so much sexual content in this, and it's filthy. Like, the show is so dirty but also so incredibly violent. But all the characters are so endearing, and it's wildly hedonistic and peak fantasy. It's crazy. I don't know how to explain it other than fantasy is awesome, and it's better. It's better in that sense than something like Game of Thrones, which, like, Game of Thrones, I'm gonna say something controversial. Game of Thrones is not that good. I don't know why people like it. It's not that good. And as, like, this is like, if you want to watch a dirty fantasy with kids having sex with each other, then you should watch this one instead of Game of Thrones, right?
Whoa. At least it's not real people.
Well, dude, that's what Game of Thrones is. I'm sorry. Everybody's like, oh, it's okay because it's medieval. It's like, no, it's not medieval. It's fantasy. It's not a real world.
Yeah.
It's like, and so people are able to excuse it because it's popular. And people lay into this show because it's not popular, or it does have a following, but it's, like, very niche because of the anime thing, and it has people who love it and it has people who hate it. Mm-hmm. I am one of the people who love it. And season 3 started off awesome. It was insanely violent, which was wild. All the things that they decided to do, and.
Was this the show with the clip in the dojo where the girl just starts beating the crap out of the other girl?
Yes.
And then she pisses herself. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That was Mushoku Tensei. I was like, I saw that clip before. I was like, oh, we're into it now. Like, we're getting right into it. This is sweet. So I was very excited, and they released 2 episodes off the rip. So we got I got an hour premiere, and then I believe the next episode comes out in, like, 3 days or something.
Cool.
So I'm excited. Mushoku Tensei is awesome. You should start from season 1, obviously, but season 3 is great. It's worth every single second, because this is a show that when I first started watching it, I just binged it straight through.
Very cool.
So
nice.
Yeah.
All right. Season 3 of Grand Blue Dreaming. It's that other scuba show.
Yeah,
this is the one that's
scuba diving show.
Yeah, that's not about scuba diving. It's just about a bunch of stupid college kids getting drunk and naked and doing stupid stuff.
Scuba diving.
And it's more of the same. And I can't complain. It's still super funny. They're getting ready to go on a trip to, I think if it's the Maldives or something. So some like place in Southeast Asia to work at another scuba diving store. So they're going to be traveling and having some crazy, wacky fun for season 3.
Yeah, season 1 was so funny. I could hardly stand how funny it was. Like, It was just too good. And I just never got around to watching the second season.
Dude, but
I gotta catch up. It's on my list.
Yes, please catch up. Season 2 arguably has one of the funniest bits I have ever seen in any, not just animation, but just comedy in general. Like, it's just so good. And season 3 so far is very good. All right. This next one, Flaming Dodgeball Girl Danko. This is a continuation of a dodgeball anime from the 1990s. This show...
Looks like it.
Yep. This time, though, it's about the daughter of the main character. And the main character has passed away, actually. So the daughter is trying to rebuild the dodgeball team at the school he went to 30 years ago and try to bring back the glory that is dodgeball. I love the character designs because they really capture that late 90s, early 2000s look to the style. It reminds me so much of the original Digimon Adventure series and Magical Doremi and all these other shows that aired during this time. But man, when it shows the actual dodgeball action, it just kicks into gear and just shows that, oh, this isn't going to be just a cash grab for an old franchise. We're going all in with the dodgeball. It is super violent and it is super awesome.
Huh. Where can you watch this one?
So here's the thing about Flaming Dodgeball Girl Danko. It is not legally available to watch in the West. You have to go to a magical anime tree to watch it subtitled. Nobody has it, and I do not know why. This should be on everybody's must-watch list. It is visually stunning. It is a fantastic nod to 90s shonen sports anime. It's wonderful. I need more of it, and this needs to get licensed somehow. Somebody needs to pick it up as soon as possible.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my first experience with the Bang Dream franchise. You guys know what Bang Dream is, correct?
Kind of.
Yeah, so...
Kind of, yeah.
So, normally I skip out on watching Bang Dream, even though it focuses on something that I really like, which is girl bands, girl rock bands and such. The reason why I'm watching Bang Dream Yume Mita is because the band that it's focused on, I actually got to see live perform last October at the Tokyo International Music Market.
That is definitely a reason.
Mugen Dai Mutype performed there, and it was like, I think it was like one of their first concert performances, and they were great. They were awesome, and I liked the sound they had. So I'm watching Bang Dream Yume Mita, and so far so good. And one thing that I actually like about this, that I love about this show, is it actually shows the songwriting process. It shows what goes into making a song and what makes a melody and a beat, and it just doesn't magically come out of thin air like they do in the Love Live shows.
That sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah. So it actually makes me want to go back and watch the other Bang Dream series. What's the good thing is, while there are interactions with other Bang Dream bands in the show, it's still a standalone story because it is just focusing on the creation of Mugen Dai Mutype and them trying to make their way towards being a popular band. So, yeah, very good, very good. Okay, Andrew, I guess you can talk about You and I Are Polar Opposites Season 2.
It's more of the same. It is just a continuation of the show that we know. They're probably going to try to introduce more of the surrounding cast in this one. I think the relationships that are developing are pretty cute, but it's just more of the same. It's less of a season 2 and more of a continuation of season 1 because it just picks up right where it left off.
Okay, yeah. Like I said when we first talked about the show, I read the original manga and I wound up dropping it after like the 6th volume, because I thought it kind of got boring. Like, I thought it kind of got dull. Mm-hmm. But in your opinion, has there been any parts of You and I Are Polar Opposites that made you feel like it really wasn't going anywhere?
I wouldn't go that far. I would probably say that. Gosh, I don't know. I think it's a charming show, and I think it's just doing its thing of like, because there's still a character who's developing his relationship with the other girl, which is like the kid with like the blonde cut.
Yes, yeah, her.
And the quiet girl, and so it's not just the main couple that's developing still; it's the other characters. So I don't know. I kind of have to just see where it's going, because I like it. I really like the show.
Okay.
I just thought the first episode was just more of the same. The music's not as good. Like the opening and closing theme songs aren't as good as it was in the first season. That's for certain.
Okay.
I'll say that.
All right. Okay. All right. This show, the new Ghost in the Shell series, is going to be a test. It's going to be a test that shows whether or not you really know what the source material is like. If you watched the first episode and go like, oh, this is not what the Ghost of the Shell should be like, well, guess what? You're just a tourist. You're just a anime tourist, man. Because episode 1 is exactly like what the original manga is like.
And I must say, it's the best Ghost in the Shell has ever been.
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so
the first
good,
episode.
dude.
The first episode was so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait for what's next.
Yes.
It is so dang good.
Yeah, Major Motoko Kusanagi is so great with like she's a brat.
Yeah.
And I love that she's a brat. Like, she's not the stone cold, like,
she has a personality.
Yeah, she's not the Mamoru Oshii version where it's just one-dimensional. Well, I don't want to say one-dimensional, because that's still an iconic version of Motoko Kusanagi. But there's just so much more personality. It's like they took the personality from Standalone Complex and then just juiced it up a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I love it, man.
Yeah. And just Science Sorrow just hitting it out of the ballpark with its animation, man. Like, they are drawing every single one of these frames on paper, and like, they're probably doing digital coloring, but like it feels like you're watching something from the 90s. The visual style, the attitude, the personalities. This is a true love letter to 90s animation as a whole.
You know, as an aside to all of this too, I think this is a good point to talk about this now, because we got 2 anime from last season that were reminiscent, at least 2 that were reminiscent of another decade, and we have like 4 or 5 this season that are the same way, that are reminiscent of another decade. What is this trend now that we're seeing of like this nostalgic 80s and 90s and early 2000s styles that are coming back? You know, it's almost as if anime studios are now saying, like, we can't have this just be the same thing that we've always seen. We have to mix it up. And so now they're bringing back all these other nostalgic decades and like these different anime styles that are all very uniquely different from one another, and I love it.
Yeah,
I can't get enough.
Yeah, this trend needs to continue. This trend needs to continue.
You know what that means? That means in another 10 years, we're going to be having nostalgia for the early 2000s, and then we're going to get an Elfen Lied remake.
Or, I'm just throwing it out there, what if we actually finally get a Gunsmith Cats adaptation, like a full, complete adaptation?
Yeah, like an actual Gunsmith Cats adaptation. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
But I'm also just holding out. I'm also holding out for them to actually finish Elfen Lied. That's what I'm holding out for.
I'm not even talking about remaking anime from another decade. I'm just talking about taking the style and using the stylistic choice.
Yeah. Like, can I tell you something? And I forgot I was going to bring it up earlier, but so I of course love Go For It Nakamura-kun, and like what I love about the show too is it has that early Rumiko Takahashi kind of 1980s vibe and style with its animation and character designs. It feels like something that she would have made. I wound up dropping the new Rumiko Takahashi anime because it got boring so fast. It felt like I was just watching Inuyasha again, just with different characters. It didn't feel fresh. It didn't feel new. It didn't grab my attention. Meanwhile, a show that was emulating Rumiko Takahashi style manages to do it so much better. Yeah. But, yeah. This trend needs to continue. I want to see more anime that pays homage to this. Bro, go back even further. I would love to see an anime try to do like an animation style from the 1970s. Technically, Osomatsu-san does that. Osomatsu-san does that from time to time with their animation style, with going back with the 70s and the 60s. But like, I really want to see more of that. More of a tribute, more of an homage sort of a thing.
Well, we got it this season if you put it on the list of the one that I watched.
All right, we'll see. The last one I have on here for returning shows, finally, the bitch is back. Saga of Tanya the Evil, Episode 1. Everything I love about this character, everything I love about this show, great reminder of it. And bro, the action is just spectacular. Like, I cannot believe it's been 9 years since season 1, 7 years since the movie came out. We're finally getting season 2. And it's like, not only have they not missed a beat with the story, but it feels like we're getting a better product now. I remember one of you were the ones that recommended me to start watching this, and I fell in love with it. But then I forget if you dropped it or just couldn't find the time to continue watching it.
Yeah, I never finished season 1.
Dude, it's so good. And just the voice acting from Aoyuki, just playing Tanya, like, my gosh, there's a reason why she's like one of the greatest voice actresses on the planet right now. It's when she's jumping back and forth between that cutesy voice that she'll have to this spawn of Satan so perfectly. My God. It's like, man, I am so glad. I am so glad this is back. I'm curious to see where the story is going to take her and the characters, because it's all about her trying to one-up God and try to like survive this war that she keeps accidentally putting herself into because she is so smart that all the other soldiers are like, okay, she should be the one to lead it in charge, when all she wants to do is just sip her coffee and have a nice desk job. So good. So good. So good. All right. We're going to go into the West for a little bit, if you don't mind. And I've got some things I need to get off my chest. I hate that this show exists. I absolutely hate that we have regular show The Lost Tapes. Because J.D. Quintel finished the show almost 10 years ago. 2017 was when regular show ended. In my opinion, regular show was the best of that era's bunch. Not a bad episode. I loved how batshit crazy it was, and I loved how much heart it gave towards the end of the series, especially when it deals with Pops and who he is and what he's supposed to represent. J.D. Quintel was finished with the story. He had moved on. He had created another show called Close Enough, which was a fantastic spiritual successor to regular show, more focused on being adults rather than teens or people just getting out of college. But Warner Brothers, being the... try not to say the C word again... being those kinds of people that they are, canceling it, removing its existence from the internet. You cannot buy it. You cannot watch it anywhere. We were talking about this with video games earlier. We're going back to talking about it with television and animation. You cannot watch Close Enough, and it's a shame because it was just a perfect continuation. And now Cartoon Network has kind of forced J.D. Quintel to go back to regular show and make new episodes, lost tapes, lost episodes, and like because of how the show ended, like it just dilutes what it is. It dilutes regular show and what it represents. And I just hate that it exists so much.
It also kind of stands to show where Cartoon Network is as a studio as well. You know, like they've lost that spark. You will never get cartoons ever again.
I also just want to point out that his name is J.G. Quintel.
J.G. Quintel. Thank you very much. I don't know why I'm thinking J.D. J.D. There's a J.D. character.
Because
Scrubs. J.D.
Oh,
Right? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, J.G. Quintel. Thank you. I hate this. And that's the thing I'm noticing with Cartoon Network. And it's the second thing I'm going to talk about. Them returning to the well. With Adventure Time side quests.
Oof.
Okay. I went into it thinking I was going to hate it. Thinking I was ready to shit on it. I was ready to do what I just did with regular show. I hate the fact that I liked the show. I hate the fact that I enjoyed watching side quests. I hate the fact that I laughed a lot watching this. I hate the fact that it feels like a nice prequel to Adventure Time before the real deep lore of the show really kicked into it. I hate the fact that I'm laughing myself stupid watching side quests. I hate myself for liking this show. So yeah. Yeah, I like it. I hate myself for it. I'm sorry. Which, okay, hopefully, guys, I really love my adventures with Superman. Not only do we have Tomboy Lois Lane, now we have Tomboy Supergirl. I mean, look at her! Look at her! Look at her! She's just so precious!
I'm sure it's a much better Supergirl than the one we have now in theaters. So.
Yeah.
As somebody who has read Supergirl, as somebody who is a Supergirl fan and read the comic books, like James Gunn is just a terrible director and writer. He's just awful. I know he didn't have the same amount of control over this new Supergirl one, but he's ruined the superhero space entirely because it's just like, yeah, you know that one joke I tell? What if I just told it all the time?
And it disappoints
me
so much, man, because I did love his version of Superman. I know we're on opposite sides of this. I loved watching Superman on the big screen. I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, the Suicide Squad. And what he did with Peacemaker, I really liked what he did with all this stuff. So what happened with Supergirl?
No, again, they're all the same joke, though. It's every single thing he writes is just one joke over and over and over and over again.
But, why is he doing this? He's a trauma person. He should know better.
Because he's a hack. That's why. Because he's actually a hack. Is like, oh, cool. We found out that he's funny because Guardians of the Galaxy was really good and a success, and then we find out that he just can't write anything else. Everything has to be Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, oh, sorry, we thought you were good. Our mistake.
Yeah, but I'm so happy that the cartoon's back. But Jimmy Olsen, you stupid son of a bitch. Supergirl likes you. Don't be giving this, oh, but you don't know many people on Earth. What if I'm not good enough for you? She likes you. Go for it. Go for it. Go. Look at this smile. Look at her. How could you say no to that? You're a moron. I know these are fictional characters. This is called a joke, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is fictional. I know it's building up to something. I'm just having fun and taking the piss out of certain fandoms who like to take things so seriously. But yeah, I'm glad this is back. I am so happy with my adventures with Superman. Now you go. All right. Let's talk about new series, guys. All right. The big one.
Yay,
let's talk about quite possibly the most talked about anime of the season, Rhode Island. Rhode Island the anime. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Rhode Island the anime. A show about smoking and just how bad smoking is. The complete polar opposite of smoking behind the supermarket with you.
It is really funny that this show is actually kind of depressing.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, this show is hinged and it's gross and it's so funny.
Yes.
It was one of those things like I have to show all my friends at work, right? Like it just like we watched today we watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners, or we watched half of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that because I'm getting ready for season 2, so we wanted to show Scott season 1 of Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I just want to like have my guts ripped out of me again because of how sad it is.
Yeah.
But but the day before that we watched Chainsmoker Cat.
Yeah.
And the goal was that we were supposed to watch it today at work as well, but because we don't have Netflix at work, we can only rely on the magical anime trees at work. And so even though it came out while I was at work, we couldn't watch it while I was at work because the magical anime trees don't get a hold of it until a little bit later when they can rip it.
Mm-hmm.
So we just watched Edge Runners instead. So I still have to watch episode 2.
Yeah.
But I did show them episode 1, and it was successful enough where we were just like, hey, we got to watch episode 2 tomorrow. And everyone's like, yeah, that's right, we do.
Yes. First 2 minutes of the show, basically, you had this infamous scene. By the way, this is referenced in the opening credits of Chainsmoker Cat. That face she makes in it. It's crazy. All the movie references in that opener.
Dude, that opener is wild because so many movies like
yes,
most of them are train spotting, but
yeah, most of them are train spotting, and
which should tell you exactly what you're getting into anyway.
Exactly.
If they're referencing a train spotting, because that good gracious, that movie's awful.
Yeah, like I love Train Spotting. It is one of my favorite movies from the 90s. It is a great reason to never do heroin.
Yeah, like it is one of the greatest "Don't do drugs, kids" ads ever.
Agreed. And this is one of the best "don't smoke" ads ever, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that Train Spotting did well was "don't have sex with high school girls."
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Watch out for your baby. Watch out for your baby.
Yeah.
That messed me up.
Yeah, believe me, one of the most fucked up things I've ever watched in a movie is one of my all-time favorite movies. That scene still fucks me up every time I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Chainsmoking Cat is just so... It is awesome. So awesome. It is demented. It is gross. It is Rhode Island. It is Rhode Island.
My note for it, I wrote a note down. So as everybody knows, I write notes for all of the shows that I watch. And what I wrote for Chainsmoker Cat was, don't know where this is going to go for the whole season, and then I stopped typing and never went back to it. And I think that just kind of works.
Yeah.
In general.
And when you watch episode 2...
Don't know where this whole season's going.
Yeah. And when you watch episode 2...
I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, when you watch... Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Strap yourselves in. Strap yourselves in. It is so funny that we have this and Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You back to back.
That is on my cut list, by the way. I am not gonna finish watching Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You.
Okay.
I love
like
it.
I did not like
it.
Wow. Yeah. 2 out of 3 wins. Still a great show. Best out of 3.
Yeah, you suck.
You
suck.
Yeah. I like how, Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You are the smoking ads. And Chainsmoker Cat is the reality. It's like you have like the very good looking people smoking but Tamaya or Yamada smoking. It's like, oh, look at this sexy girl smoking. Doesn't it make you want to smoke? Yeah. And then you watch Chainsmoker Cat and it's like, I'm good. Yeah. I'm fine. Nope. Well, that's a future I don't want.
Well, see, that's what's funny is my buddy Scott at work is a smoker. And he's just like, she's got a couple more problems than just smoking. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Because, but it's just hilarious because we me and Seth were calling Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You and Chainsmoker Cat Girl Scott the anime. And because I mean that's kind of what we do is like we all go out for Scott's smoke break to like talk with him. And so, like, we all go on a smoke break together, even though just only he smokes. So that was Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You, but Chainsmoker Cat Girl was just something that we could laugh at him with.
Yes. Yes. So good. I feel like we may revisit Chainsmoker Cat throughout the summer. I don't know, but like I feel like it's gonna be a hot topic, but. It's so good. I like the word you used, deranged. I really like that word. It is deranged.
It's unhinged. It is deranged. It is just, and it's awesome.
Yeah. And I have a feeling that rabbit holes is going to keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about a rom-com. Kaiju Girl Caramelise. Am I the only one who watched this? I don't.
I watched it too.
Yeah, this is on my list, and I haven't gotten to it yet.
It's so cute, but like
it is.
It is so cute. You have this, and you can kind of like see that it is a metaphor for puberty and such, and the feelings and emotions. Like, oh, what. I'm turning into this big, huge monster sort of a thing. What is this? You're in love, girl. You are in love. And you're entering adulthood. But instead, your adulthood is a 40-story monster.
The end of the first episode was the mother figure saying you're in heat.
Yes.
Which is different than you're in love. Now, that could be wrong. That could be a ruse. I feel like it is because she's been doing it ever since she was in elementary school. Mm-hmm. So,
yes.
I do like the premise. I don't know if it's going to hold me for an entire season though, with all the other things that I have to watch.
Yeah. Like, I will probably watch it from start to finish. It'll definitely be a show I'll probably write a review for. I really like the characters. I like that the main male protagonist is he's a guy who at first wants to fit in, but then realizes just how, these other girls are treating her, and it makes him just want to be a real person rather than just some happy caricature.
I agree. I think that his character in particular is actually what makes me want to go back to the show. Mm-hmm. The lead male character who actually likes the kaiju girl is actually like a significantly greatly different character that has not been written before, and I think that's what really makes the difference for it, and I want to go back to explore that more because it's just so different from what has been written before.
Yeah.
So
have you watched the second episode yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
When you, I think maybe when you watch that, you might find this to be a keeper in your queue. You might.
Okay.
I won't. Okay. So Andrew, I believe you want to talk about. Oh boy, was I wrong about her?
I watched it too.
This show's bad. It is the most milquetoast rom-com you can possibly imagine, where they did nothing creative with it.
Nope.
It's very bland. Like, they don't even do anything interesting with the animation. Like, usually you can get away with, like, oh, their facial expressions are very funny, or oh, it's really cute, or oh, she's a cool tomboy character, I like this character. There's just nothing holding it together.
Look at the promotional picture. It's just bland.
It's
like,
so
ooh, she's pointing to how.
What was that show years ago, where like it was literally the premise of this show, and she starts a club just to hang out with that boy she likes.
The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
No, not that one. The girl is like literally a copy and paste of this girl from this show. And then there's another girl who joins the club who has blonde hair, and she's got like the blue butterfly clip in her hair.
Is it deep fried?
No. We're talking about I Don't Have Very Many Friends.
Yeah. That's it. Tomodachi Ga.
Yeah, Tomodachi Ga. That show's infinitely more interesting because, again, animation.
That's what I'm saying. It's
animation, characters, absolutely.
Which, by the way, can we breach the topic of, is it an actual big enough cultural thing that elementary school boys mix up girls with short hair as other boys, that they don't know that their friend who they grew up with is actually a girl and they think they're hanging out with boys the entire time? Like, is that like such a big enough thing culturally in Japan that like it's a topic that is brought up time and time again in anime? Like,
well, even if it's not, my problem, because here's the thing, it's okay to say I like this trope of a story, now I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah.
But whoever made this one, which this is a light novel that got turned into a manga, I believe. If I could be mistaken.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine being like, oh, I want to write, I like this trope, but I want to do it myself and make my own version of it, and then just do it the blandest way possible. Like, there's no flavor to this at all. There's zero flavor to this.
It looks like it. Just the title. It sounds like a really shitty CBS sitcom. Kevin James in, oh boy, was I wrong about her.
Well, to be honest with you, the title of the show is much more interesting than the actual contents of the show.
Well, because when I saw
that,
well, because when I saw this posted, I was like, oh, that's a cool title, and I like the premise. Tomboy girl meets old school friend because he moves. I was like, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And then I was like falling asleep. I struggled to finish the first episode.
It sounds like you had the same experience I did when I watched, what's the one? In the Ramune Bottle. The one that came out a couple seasons ago. Like, I couldn't finish the first episode because it was just so bland, and they tried to make all the characters these quirky Judd Apatow-like characters, but worse. Like, they made them talk like adults, and it was just stupid. Something in the Ramune Bell. I don't want to even. Never mind. But I'm glad that I skipped on this one.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Black Torch.
All right. So I had this one on my list, and I just never got around to watching it.
Okay. So, this was actually the first manga I reviewed from Viz Media. Back when I first started reviewing mangas and stuff, and Viz Media reached out, and they said, hey, we saw you were doing all this stuff with Kodansha and Seven Seas. We'd like to put you on the press list. Can we send you a couple manga just to give it a try out? And I said, yeah, sure. And Black Torch Volume 1 was the first one they sent me, and I loved Black Torch. I loved the series. It had a lot of great potential. You had like this cool power system and Mononoke, but it got canceled. It ended early. It ended after 5 volumes. So the fact that we are actually getting a Black Torch anime for a series that didn't get popular enough for it to continue after 5 volumes, like, I don't know what strings were pulled or like what Viz Media did in order for this to actually happen, but
yeah, no joke.
Good on ya. Good
That's
on
really
you,
strange.
because the first episode it reminded me so much of why I love Black Torch, why I love the characters and the settings, and the animation is just the fights. It's great. Like when I want like a shonen action series, when I want something that's like, you know, your stereotypical shonen show, this is what I want. I want Black Torch. I don't want Black Clover. I want my Black Torch, and I really liked it. I'm so happy this is getting an anime. It's got an anime, and I am so glad that they managed to knock the first episode out of the ballpark. I cannot wait to see what the second episode's like.
All right, awesome.
All right, okay. So, young ladies don't play fighting games.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
If you
Yes.
want to talk about flavor,
Yes.
we're eating good.
I've never laughed so hard at like I mean, like this season is this is the funniest opening, or like this is the funniest first episode of anything we're watching this season.
Yeah. Yes.
When it opened, because I saw that the genre picks in it, one of them was seinen. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And then I jumped into it. It opens like a shoujo, and I'm like, okay. and then it just gets unhinged, right?
Yes.
The same thing with like Chainsmoker Cat. It's unhinged because it just goes off the rail as soon as she finds out the secret of that girl that she plays fighting games, and she's like swearing and cursing at the person on the other side, and the animation just goes off, and people start bleeding, and people start like I was laughing so hard.
Like when she jumps out the window.
Oh my gosh, that part where it's like, we gotta hide, smash, like, oh my god, all the blood and like the piece of glass stuck in her head. It's like, good lord.
The casual glass sticking out of the head, nobody's talking about it. There's just a piece of glass sticking out of the head, and she's bleeding all over the place. And the girl starts screaming at her, and she bites her tongue, and the blood splashes all over her face. Oh, I'm in love with this show. Yeah. I am in love with the show.
Yeah. Can I ask, did either of you watch Rock is a Lady's Modesty? Because it does, you know, kind of a similar premise, only instead of like rock and metal music, it's playing Street Fighter 6 and possibly other fighting games.
Almost an exact vibe.
Yes.
To that show. Well, exactly the same vibe.
I also want to point out that Jonathan and I are both fighting game players. Like Jonathan and I they talk about Street Fighter 4 when she was a kid, and Jonathan and I played Street Fighter 4 is still my favorite Street Fighter game. And now we're both playing Street Fighter 6, And so this is also very cool in the fact that Capcom is working in tandem with this, that they can actually play Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And then the closing credits started, which is usually what they do now is like they play the opening credits as the end credits for the first episode.
Yep.
It's a very common trend. So they showed the opening credits and it showed all the different girls that are in this are going to be in this anime and the characters that they play as. And there's a jury main, and I am a jury main. And so I'm waiting to see like, okay, this is gonna be cool. Like I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with her. And then I can't wait. This is gonna be an awesome show.
And who does the theme song for this show?
Hanabiye?
Yes.
Like, that was like the biggest shock for me. Is like I was like, I know Street Fighter. I know this is a great show. I know Hanabiye. Everything is making this to be the greatest show of this season.
Nice.
I'm so glad that my life makes sense.
Yeah, great show. Cannot wait to see more of it. All right. We're gonna go into Yuri territory quickly. I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day. I've read the first volume of this manga. I reviewed it. I really enjoyed it. Very beautiful. Rie Takahashi plays one of the main characters. So having her being a Yuri, just very nice. I knew going into it that this would be a very violent story. There's like the story of like these middle schoolers who have to go and fight in war and battles and like they die in brutal ways and fashions. But this one girl has the ability to like regenerate and like she'll be like chopped up into pieces and then just find herself being put back together again. Very gory, very lesbian-y. Yeah.
Like hardcore anime gory?
In some places, yeah, actually.
Like Demons of the Shadow Realm gory?
I would say somewhere between that and Blood Sea.
I don't think I saw Blood Sea.
Well, we used one of the clips in either the hardcore anime panel or Home Cringe Last, like with those giant bunny monsters. And
Blood Sea. I was thinking like this, like the ocean, Blood Sea. It's like no, Blood Sea. Okay, yeah. I do know that.
Yeah, in between,
like that. High sea, Andrew, like high sea ecto cooler.
Yeah, like ecto cooler. Yeah.
So yeah. Really am liking this adaptation. It's beautiful, it's disturbing, it's gory. Yuri is in a good place, I will say, because we're getting a lot of Yuri adaptations. One of my favorite Yuri manga series, How Do We Relationship, is getting a drama. I cannot wait for that to air. I really want to see that. It's a good day. It's a good time to be fans of lesbians. Yay.
Listen, I didn't like try out this show because of the key art on the front here. If they advertised war, blood, and gore and everything like that, I would have watched it.
Yeah, give it a try. Yeah, give it a try. I promise you.
It's all a metaphor. It's all a metaphor for the 55% domestic abuse rate of lesbians.
I am so sorry. Okay. Okay, moving on. Let's go into some monster people. Dara-san of the Reiwa era. Talk about a surprise show. Talk about a show that, number one, is uncensored. This is one of the cleanest pictures I could show because the snake girl Dara mostly goes around topless and has very saggy boingies with inverted baby suction cups. Let's just say that. But
yeah, they made some weird choices in this show.
They made some weird choices, but like the humor of the show makes up for it. I love like this brother. The brother and sister are what make this show great, because it's like here's this giant monster girl who's been terrorizing like this Japanese village for centuries, and they just look at her and be like, just another friend that we can make.
Yeah.
I laugh so hard watching this show. Like, I really like it. I like the dynamics. I like the twists between, not to spoil anything, but who's the brother and who is the sister.
That's all over Twitter. So
that is all over Twitter, but they handle it so funny. It's like, but isn't it the fact that shouldn't the older brother be the one dressing up like a lady? He is the older brother. What do you mean?
Yeah, he is.
Ta-da!
Yeah, dong. She makes like this really cute sound.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. Not the prettiest snake girl ever. That's Mia from Monster Musume. Still the prettiest snake girl ever.
Yeah.
But man, I'm a sucker for the snake girls. This one is very entertaining.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna keep watching this one. It was funny and like different, but like it didn't hit the right notes for me.
Okay.
Like I did like how towards the end of the first episode, the snake woman started to act like maternal in a way where like, you know, she kind of had like this level of care for the kids and like the things that she said in particular that were that way. But like,
right. Because like they're with their grandfather, they don't talk about where their parents are. They're going to assume that maybe they aren't of this world anymore. But yeah, it's like she kind of is becoming like a mother-like figure. Because like when you watch the second episode, like she's actually like keeping an eye on them and making sure they are okay. Yeah, this was a nice surprise. I can't say the same about this one. Kamui, he's behind you.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Basically, it's a story about an exorcist, so the guy in the bottom right there. Can you guess how he exorcises demons and monster people? Can you take a wild guess? At the gym.
No.
You know what? I'm going to play this clip from the movie Dirty Work to explain it for you.
Okay.
Look, we better have sex with each other.
Note to self. Sam just looked at the screen.
No, I didn't.
Hey, this alien looks just like a hot guy. You're right. We better have sex with him.
Give me that.
That's Kamui. He's behind you. He has sex with all the demons that possess people.
Gracious.
So I just got an advertisement for what is it called? Ocean Vale?
Yeah, Ocean Vale.
Is that what this is? Is that what this is on?
Yeah, this is on Ocean Vale.
So does Ocean Vale have like a type of show that is meant to be on it? Like, is this
like... very porny. Sometimes porn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ocean Vale is the one that gets all the erotic anime that like that can't be shown like anywhere else, I guess, because they're like, oh, we found our niche. That's cool.
They're the ones who got Do You Like Big Girls last season.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
And that one about the island where everybody has to have sex with each other.
Yeah, Nukitashi. The reverse Shimoneta show. But yeah, Ocean Vale gets all the naughty, risque ones.
Got it.
Yeah, it's exactly what this picture portrays.
So is the larger picture on top, the girl there, is she a ghost? Is that
no? She's the exorcist's helper, and because she's like she kind of has a magnet she's like ghosts are like drawn by her power or some sort of power that's within her, and he uses her to draw them out, and then he uses his ding dong to get rid of them.
And then he smash.
Yeah, then he smash.
Let me smash, please.
Smash.
That is That is so strange.
Yeah.
And
it's the plot of a hentai.
Yeah, it is. Basically, it is a hentai. It is, it's uncensored, but you don't. It's not like Do You Like Big Girls, where you actually see the meat and 2 veggies and taco stands.
All right, so let me ask you this then, Evan.
Yeah.
Where do they premiere this in Japan?
Online.
Okay.
There is a TV edit of it as well. I think it's on ATX, but it's a little bit more tame, or like they censor it quite a bit.
Got it.
They did the same thing with Nukitashi. Nukitashi actually, and I'm not joking, when it aired on TV in Japan, it was shown as a radio play. Because they couldn't show any part of it on TV.
Shown as a radio play. That's funny.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's disgusting.
You know what isn't disgusting? Tall, dark-skinned, barefoot ogre girls.
Time to race mix, brown skin girl. Dude, and that's really like the only draw to the show. Otherwise, it's like mediocre.
Yeah,
it's not that great of a show.
But we're still gonna watch it because the cute dark skin girl.
Dude, no. There is one draw to the show and it will keep me here, and it is the dark skin girl with no shoes.
Yes,
and I like the premise of it, of like this guy who is given land that isn't. I mean, it's his, but it isn't, and so he's just like with this nomadic people that are able to, and then I didn't realize that the idea of the show was that he was married to this girl. But that's the premise of the first episode, is him falling in love with her, and then her being like, "Oh, you're such a man. I'm going to marry you." And
I will say I liked their first meeting. I just like how just truly blunt the guy is. It's like, "Oh, what are you doing in my swamp or my land?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, I have no idea." Oh, it's like, "What are you trying to do?" I'm trying not to die.
So the thing that I also really like about this, or the thing that I'm curious about with the show, is I don't know how many episodes it is, because this is listed under the OVAs.
Really?
The OVAs and specials. Yeah, so this is an OVA. This is listed in the OVAs and specials, and so I don't know if it's like a short run anime that's only going to be like 4 to 6 episodes this season or not. But
interesting.
But I don't know if it's a full 12 episode series. I hope it is, because I don't want to like miss out on this.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. We got the new one, a new original series from A1 Pictures, Grow Up Show Sunflower Circus. This one, beautifully animated.
Yes. And very strange choices in the animation in some places, but I mean that in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
I think I'll keep watching it.
Yes. I know what you're talking about, and yes, I will definitely be enjoying it. I like the fact that the main character is like just so scarred from being in the circus with her dad that she just wants nothing to do with it. But of course, they find a way to drag her into it, because guess what Daddy did? Another deadbeat dad selling their child again.
Yeah, like you do.
For the debt. She got Hayate. She got Iruma-kun. But yeah, beautiful animation. Yeah, A1 Pictures is a very good studio, and I'm very curious to see what they are going to do with this show. It's an original. It's not based on a manga. We will see. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. And continuing on with the beauty, we have the new show from Kyoto Animation, Sparks of Tomorrow.
Never heard of it.
Really? Okay. Basically, it's a world where steampunk is taken over and electricity is just some crazy person's imagination. And
so it's the year 2010.
Now. But it's about them bringing electricity into a steampunk world. Again, very the animation is movie quality from Kyoto Animation here. I'm very interested in seeing where it goes because I feel like it's a story that would have actually worked better as a movie than it would a 12 or 13 episode series. Because, how long do you go with the concept of trying to invent electricity or bring electricity into this world? I don't know. We will see. Also, Gingerroot does the end theme for the show. So we're going to get some nice city pop for the end theme. So can't wait. All right. Nice. Let's get a little nostalgic with Goodbye Laura. Basically a retelling. Yeah, this
was the 70s thing that I was talking about. An anime that looked
you can kind of see a little bit of the Future Boy Conan kind of elements to it.
Yep.
So you got this retelling of The Little Mermaid, but now it's bringing the Ariel character, Lara character, into the modern day.
Yeah, the first episode was boring as hell, but the way that it ended though was okay, I can give it another episode probably, you know, because the reason why it's boring is because it was a 18-minute retelling of The Little Mermaid,
right? Which we already know. We already know the story.
Yeah. And it was a mix of The Little Mermaid from Disney and also the Brothers Grimm original story where
Hans Christian Andersen. Hans Christian Andersen.
Right. You're right. It's Hans Christian Andersen. My mistake. But it was she dies at the end, and then the Sea Witch brings her back and is like, I'll let you try again, but I got another test for you. You're going to save Atlantis for this time. And which is a weird thing because she won, and I don't know why she would give up the fact that she won, to let her do it again. But it's a really creative idea to get her into 2026 as the Little Mermaid on land, needing to fall in love. Yeah. So, really interesting, and I kind of want to see how that happens at least for one more episode. So I'll watch that. I'll keep watching this one for at least one more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll see where it kind of goes. I get I will say the transformation sequence in that's when it really started to gain my attention because it's so grotesque.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that clip. I was like, yeah, that's pretty uncanny.
Yeah, as it goes from the legs to the fin, it's like, man, that's messed up. That's messed up. You've got my attention now.
As Hans Christian Andersen would have wanted it to look.
Exactly.
For sure.
Okay. Next one on the list. Another new show from Science Saru, who are doing this at the same time as Ghost of the Shell. Jagudar, a witch in Mongolia. First off, I love the Osamu Tezuka style of the character designs. It does look like one of his comics from the 1960s. From the big eyes and the clothes and the smile, it feels like something that he would have drawn.
The character designs are very cool.
Yeah. The story is very interesting. So it takes place in the 13th century, during the time of Genghis Khan. It's the era of Genghis Khan. You have these girls, and the main one is she's first sold as a slave to help out this woman and her husband and to do chores and such, as well as being taught the ways of the world, being taught, as you can probably guess, being taught the morals and values of the Quran, because this is it's taking place in Iran. But then people from Genghis Khan's army come in, slaughter basically like the whole entire village, and kidnaps her and a few others. And now it's the journey to not only escape from Genghis Khan, but also get back the book that she was given to learn about the ways of the world. It starts out very cute in the first episode, but then when it gets into Genghis Khan and the violence, it can be pretty brutal. It reminds me so much, again, of what it was like when I read Osamu Tezuka's Dororo, which had the very cute designs, but some pretty brutal violence in it. Mm-hmm. It's gotten my attention. I am very curious to see where it goes, and yeah, it's definitely not as good as The Ghost in the Shell, but it's got that science sorrow charm that we've all come to know. So, I think this is the last show we'll talk about, and honestly, this is the one that took me by surprise the most. Draw this, then die.
This is the best show this season. I will tentatively say this is going to be the best show this season.
Yes. Can I say something about this? So, the way that this girl sees the world around her, where like she like imagined some things and like imagine like the jump rope turning into the monster, or having this imaginary friend that's kind of like their cheerleader of sorts. I was a lot like that as a kid. I was very much like this character, like having those sort of social cue issues and having trouble making friends until I started letting my imagination take over and letting myself have this sort of a like imaginary guide to help me to make friends and such. Like I felt like I was watching some of my childhood while watching like the first half of this episode.
I was actually going to bring that up and ask you in some form of sincerity, Evan, about that. In the way that like the little Tanuki character that she has with her that tells her like, well, think about the shonen character. What would a shonen character do in this situation? Use that to socialize. And it was, I think that it was a really brilliant illustration of,
people that are neurodivergent. Yeah. Yep. So like the premise is like there's this one manga she absolutely loves, and gotta say I loved the shout outs to Doraemon and Takagi-san. Like I loved like seeing all these series that I know and have read or watched. But like there's this one manga, but there was only one volume that was made. And all of a sudden, she gets word that at Comic-Con, that author is releasing a sequel to it. And you kind of know what's going to happen, especially when you meet the teacher character. But that whole scene where she is standing at her table and she's just letting her emotions go and just telling her how much this comic has meant to her for her entire life. Like, dude, like I'm tearing up watching this scene because like, again, I have been in her shoes before. Like maybe it hasn't been with a comic, or it's like for me, it's been with band. It's like it's like how I am with the band that I open every episode with, Sushimamure. Just how much like they've been a great influence and inspiration to me and what I do with like helping to promote Japanese music, and how it brought me to come here to Japan and like become actual friends with them. Like how I am with them is how she was with the mangaka. So like I get this show. Like, I get her. Like, this girl, like, I see a lot of myself in this. And, man, it just really took my breath away when I watched this show.
Yep. I think this is definitely going to be one of my favorites from this season and will probably carry through the rest of the year in a similar fashion to Klutz and Skirt from last season.
It's going to be tough. Let's like Klutz and Skirt was amazing. That was the best show last season, arguably. I will say though that overall this summer season is nowhere near as good as last season, as the spring season was. Yes, I will agree with that because there was a lot of the shows that I've watched, like here, most of what I watched felt like I was watching between 8s and 10s. Mm-hmm. It's like this season, yeah, I'm watching a 7, maybe a bit of a 6 too as well, but like, but Draw This Then Die, it's just, man, like, it's gonna be hard to compete with this show. It's gonna be very hard.
I do have to ask, like, when in the Comiket scene, when she first gets there and she goes up to that one table and she asks the girl, like, "Wow, did you draw this?" And the answer that the girl gives you is like, "Are you an idiot?" Like, is that like the attitude that people bring to Comiket?
Not really. Most of the Comiket people were very friendly when I talked to them. A lot of the people I bought comics from.
But
that's what I would imagine.
But it is so funny as somebody in the behind the table of convention scene, where the amount of times you get that question of like, did you draw these? It's like, all right, I understand that.
To be fair, Andrew, when people ask you that, it's usually like, wait a minute, you wrote and drew
you're
this?
you're the artist and the writer. Yeah, I get it differently, but like but see, that's the other part too, is other people don't understand that usually they have a helper with them, and it's just like, you don't see that there's a helper there, and the helper could be the artist, not you, but yeah, artists get that question all the time, and it bugs the crap out of them.
Yeah.
So whenever you go visit your favorite artist, make sure you ask them, "Did you draw this?" They will love it. They will love it.
So were there any other shows that I missed out on that we didn't talk about, or did we cover everything?
Nope, covered everything.
Pretty sure that was everything.
Very cool. Very nice.
I feel like, but I have to say, I feel like I'm going to be dropping most of them, to be quite honest.
Really?
I feel like there's going to be a lot of drops this season.
Well, the thing that I said that I was very angry that there was a lot of good shows this season because I'm waiting for a season that I can actually catch up on something, and I just haven't had the opportunity to.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think it's coming anytime soon.
Yeah. I don't know. I think for me, this might be the season. I'm not really, like, I'm excited about this one, and that's pretty much it. If I ended up dropping or accidentally not watching a bunch of shows and I missed them, I think this one would be the only one that I'd be super disappointed about.
I will say though, then Jonathan, if you're gonna take the opportunity to maybe watch some extra stuff, watch catch up with Mushoku Tensei.
I've been meaning to, and like based on the clip that's been going viral, like I feel like I just can't.
I just can't believe I'm the only one of us in this group that has watched Mushoku Tensei and is caught up with it. Like it's an amazing. It's probably one of the best isekais out there.
Okay.
But it's filthy.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So yeah, that wraps up this week's episode of Duck Amuck in Japan. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's do our usual shameless plugs. Andrew, take it away.
Well, if you want to check out my art, you can head to SolarianSun.com and read my comic book totally for free. You can read all the way up to 13 chapters totally for free, which is the first 2 volumes of Solarion Sun. All in beta page, of course. You won't be able to read the full experience. In order to get the full experience, you either go to Patreon.com, where you can read or get early previews or read everything up to what I'm currently doing. I'm currently drawing page 1066, which is the start of Volume 6, which is a very different number than Volume 2. So you can go there at patreon.com/AFLM. You can also find me at Instagram and Twitter, or X, on at @AFLM_art. And the next convention I will be at is Fan Expo Boston in August, which is August 7th to the 9th. And I will be there with the brand new volume of Solarion Sun.
Very cool. And JonStar.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at the Line Block. Find my little doodles. Find my book for free. And that is all my internet presence.
All right. What was your high score?
Oh yeah, today's high score was 221,920. It's not a great day. Not a great day.
It happens. It happens. And of course, you can follow me on all the social media stuff at King Baby Duck ESH. That's on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky. You can also go on to duckjapan.com for all your reviews and podcast episodes and live stream video stuff. And also like us on facebook.com/duckamuck in Japan. So, guys, summer has begun, and I have a feeling that this summer is going to be nice and hot.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and hot and humid. I need a pool. I need a pool. I need a pool now. Yeah. All right. So, until next time, this is your King Baby Duck.
AFLM.
JonStar.
Reminding you, if you're going to chase your dreams, make sure you run amok.
Run amok.
Yeah. All right. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.